Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for kickoffs and kick-ons.
Over to you, Drews.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Go.
What was that song? That was a banger.
Yeah, Blink 182, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Very good. G'day, welcome to the KOKO Show for all your 90s hits. Kickoffs and kick-ons, the show that if you type us...
Sorry, it was The Offspring.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for clarifying.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Yeah.
Where was I? Have we finished?
Sorry. We're actually just starting.
Kickoffs, kick-ons, you know how it works. I typed into Chat GPT, I said, what is kickoffs and kick-ons? Just to see what the AI is thinking. This is what they type back. Kickoffs and kick-ons is a sports podcast, a light-hearted, comedy-driven show focused on rugby and cricket, hosted by Professor James Rochford and Adam Gilchrist, along with a rotating cast of sporting personalities, including NRL player Brandon Smith.
Wow.
Yeah, but we've stood him down whilst he's going through a bit of controversy.
Yeah, a bit going on for poor old Brandon. But there you go. That's the show.
Chat GPT.
You know why? It's because you always plug another podcast on this podcast.
No,
Prof.
I plugged it like 15 times last year. No. Well, what a weekend of Australian rugby subplots, would you say?
Oh,
Never has a rugby match been so heavily laden with subplottage. Australia v Japan. Let me toss a couple up to you. There is the man that we now, some of us in the fandom, believe crippled rugby union for Australia in 2023. We were taking him on. Eddie. We needed to beat him. Subplot. Youngest captain ever since 1961, Nick Champion de Crepney. He captained Australia after just 3 matches. Another lovely little subplot to follow. The last SP, Australia needing to maintain a winning record to fight their way back into the top 6 of World Rugby because that World Cup draw is just around the corner. All this in the background going on as we take on Japan. Anybody think of any other subplot?
How close around the
I might have a
corner is that
subplot.
draw? How close around the corner?
Is what, sorry?
The draw, the World Cup draw.
December
3rd.
early.
So it's after this
Spring tour.
the spring tour.
And we're currently 7th.
I might have another subplot.
You got one? Give it to us.
Was the one Aidan Ross maybe the 5th or the 6th player ever to represent the All Blacks and the Wallabies?
The 5th.
5th.
I
There you
believe.
go. There's a little subplot for you.
And geez, he looks like James Slipper, doesn't he?
Out with the old and in with the new.
You got a subplot for me over there? Big
No,
guy?
I was just thinking, has there anyone gone the other way? 0, I would say.
Oh, any Wallabies that have become All Blacks?
Yeah.
That's a good question. There's a Waratah, Tommy's telling me. Angus Tuavau.
Tarvo, yeah, but here's, yeah.
Very good, Tommy.
Okay.
Have you got a subplot, Gits?
I certainly do. Benny, well, I would always say Gunther, but they were saying Gunter in the commentary. He went to school with Harry Wilson.
Yeah, that was a
and they
good one.
played each other.
Head to head. Both had very good games. This is what I mean. It was a game laden with subplots and a lot of rain. Hammered down.
Lots of rain, a couple of concussions.
Yeah, a couple of locks went down very early.
Yeah.
But we got it done 1915. We'll get into that deep dive in the pod. Australia v Japan. Also, we're going to be looking forward, casting the eye to this week's blockbuster. Wallabies take on, well, I don't need to say it, England. They're at Twickenham. 3 men that have gone there, done it. And famously a big one in 2015 for you 3, which we'll get into. Adam Ashley Cooper, Drew Mitchell, Matt Giddo, welcome.
Thanks, Prof.
Welcome to the bloody pod.
Bienvenue.
How was Paris? Let's get into it.
Paris was amazing. It always is. Doesn't it agree with us, Goit?
Yeah, I think we're very Parisian.
Yeah.
Did you top up on your French? Is your French any better after a few days than Paddy?
Oh, we came to realise, Gits and I, that I know a lot of French. I just don't put it together. So I know a lot of words and kind of get the understanding of what they're saying to me. But
When you say a lot of words, break it up into categories, because my rugby French became quite good. My day-to-day French, not so good. Your
my
nightclub
rugby
French
French is
is
good.
your nightclub French is first class.
nightclub French, my pillow French,
Pillow French.
ordering drinks French. Yeah.
Gits would have enjoyed tapping back into a bit of Francais.
Yeah, the first day, you're a little bit nervous, but then once you start having a few drinks, you feel like you're fluent.
Yeah.
where it was beef, remember we're at L'Avenue, the restaurant L'Avenue.
Yes.
Unbelievable spot.
Great spot.
And the lady was talking, and I said, please, can you just only speak in French, please? Like, we're in France, stop speaking English. Like I said, Drew will adapt. Anyway, and then she started just talking about partage and whatever else. And Drew knew it, and then still responded in English. I said, beef, what was the word? What was partage? And he said, share. I said, so why are you doing this? And that's when we realised he knows a lot of words.
Mate,
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah.
We could start a spin-off, French kick-offs and kick-ons. You three just do a little bit extra. We get, I don't know, who's a Frenchie that's hanging
the
around.
French market.
We'll find
Antoine
someone.
Dupont.
Yeah, there
He
you
can
go.
be our correspondent.
It's a thing of beauty watching you, Goit, because Goit can crack jokes in French. And
Well,
you'll
he's
watch
good.
him
He's
over with a
very
group of Frenchmen, and all of a sudden they're all having a laugh. And I'm
You
like,
know you're good
Yeah.
when you become the translator for a group. He's our translator.
he is. Magnificent. Very good. Good to have you back.
Yeah, no, but it's good. We got over there, saw some sights, went on a bit of a running tour. I realised that our trips away are very different without you and Swoop.
You can't
Oh,
roll
let
me
me guess.
into it.
Let me guess.
Well,
No,
neither
no.
of you were there.
Let me guess. Bed by 8, up at 6 for a gits,
Run.
gym sesh,
Yeah.
run, sweat.
Yeah, but...
Hang on. This wasn't my itinerary, though.
Yeah.
This was
Weirdly,
Drew.
I
Drew
was
said, what do
inspired.
you reckon? We go for a run tomorrow? We'll go for a run again tomorrow? I said, oh, I'm looking for a bit of a rest, but off
And-
we went.
And then I got these awful blisters.
Oh, from
Gee,
what?
Wow.
Uh,
That is horrendous. What's that from?
just from running.
I don't think
Both
that.
on the same foot.
I don't think that's a blister, man. I think that's something else. That could be
Nah,
bacterial.
No.
Yeah.
Blisters.
Where have you
what
been
else we
putting
do?
your feet, you dirty dog?
Went to the Louvre, came home with a few new jewels. A couple
Fantastic.
of necklaces, earrings.
You nailed that photo.
We're just breaking them down at the moment, so you'll get
Perfect.
You'll get them soon. But
Very good.
yeah, it was great. It was a great trip. It was a great trip.
Well, what I'm going to segue it here because you were over there and you were still fitness focused. It's because of the Whoop challenge that we're doing. 5 weeks to go in the Whoop. It's absolutely transformed all of us. Unlock human performance and health span. We are going until November 24th, which is 5 more weeks. Swoop, I noticed you have locked in to the Whoop. You really, I saw a couple of days where you were on top of the strain ladder.
Explain the strain ladder to me.
So the strain ladder is there's 116 people that have now joined our group. You can join our group. There'll be a link. We're called the KOKO Unathletic Department. And every day you have a certain amount of strain based on your exertion. So different exercises result in different levels of strain. If there's a day where you really muck in, then you're on top of that ladder.
Muck in.
Yeah, and I saw you up there.
I'm mucking in.
Because I basically trained for about 5 hours. I just wanted one day where I'd hit the number one, and he was in front of me. That one day while you're away.
You know what, Jimbo?
Um,
You also put gardening in as your strain
Strain.
activity. You're doing everything to win that.
You're kidding.
Gardening.
Mate, it was heavy
Trimming.
gardening. Oh, mate, good snooping.
Mate, what
Bloody
kind of,
hell.
What kind of gardening we
Mate, I
talking
built a
about?
garden bed. I raked some mulch into an area. But that's still, it counted. It came up. James, you've been straining. What'd you do? I put gardening.
Yeah, Swoop puts back burning.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the strain on back burning? I don't have an entry point on that. Because that takes hours.
But
Meticulous.
is your heart rate up? Is your strain going while you're reaching back there? And
Something's up.
Because you got to get in a couple of positions, to get to those spots you can't see.
Basically
Gits
yoga.
knows about it. Give us the pose Gits to get to the, that inside thigh spot.
Are you standing with your...
Oh, the big. Well, it's easy for you because you've got the better camera, but you've got to. Swoop told me you cross your leg and then you've got to reach back around. And actually, sometimes you can cramp in your lower back.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez. Lots of different areas for Whoop. Obviously, there's the strain, there's the sleep. It's mapping all of this stuff. There's recovery. You want a green recovery. You don't want a
A lot
red.
of data, prof.
Lots of data. I love it. Today, we're going to talk about does your Whoop age. So basically, after 21 sleeps in a row, it can tell you what your physiological age is compared to your chronological age.
Ooh.
So chronologically, I'm 44.3. I'm the oldest of the group. What are you, Goit? You're 40. You're just
43.
43, and then you boys are a bit younger, aren't you? 41?
Yeah,
we would
41.
be 41.7.
Oh, point something.
41.7. So then, if you go, look, mine has dropped in already, and the reason I bring this up is because this is a thing of beauty. Look, 35.6.
Wow.
So I am 8.7 years younger.
Must be all that gardening.
It'd be, I'm out there a lot. And this is great because my wife's 7 years younger than me, but I showed her this. And so now I'm like, stop saying I'm an old bastard.
Yeah.
I'm technically younger than you.
Yeah, she's
So,
now the old bird.
Yours hasn't dropped in yet, Drew. Take
No,
a
not
guess.
just
What
yet.
do you reckon? It'll be there next week.
What am I, 41? I mean, a lot of people think I look at least 31, so I'm going to go with that.
31. Swoop.
Well, Drew's a day older than I am, so I would say 31, but a day older than
31.
Drew.
I reckon you might go the other way, bro.
What do you reckon?
You might be
I know.
51.
You reckon?
Could.
Well, yeah. Yep. 51.
51. Goit. Take a
If you're
guess.
35, I'm happy to take 34.
34. Okay. Very good. Hey, it's very exciting.
Well,
Tommy,
we'll
what
lock
was
in
yours?
next week. By next week, we should have it.
Tommy, what was your age? Tom's 32. 29.4 for Tommy.
Sexy.
Congratulations, everybody. Get your whoop. Join our group.
Well, maybe we can see what our, by the time the challenge ends, just what our age is as well.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that. November 24th, get involved. Send us your pics. Right, hey, rugby roundup segment time. Wallabies 19 defeated Japan 15. We've talked about the subplots, gents. It was a terrible rainy day, and 13 of the players that played in that last Blooders Low weren't chosen. Is that a fair indication of the score? A couple of tries that maybe should have been allowed.
Yeah, I mean, I
disallowed.
think it's a fair indication. I think, well, we started strong. Japan stayed in the fight. You know, they're always going to stay in the fight. They're always, well trained, and Eddie would have had them up for it, and he saw that as an opportunity to, he sort of said before the game that, like, based on the team they picked, they thought that was a really good opportunity. So many changes within the Wallabies game, Wallabies team.
13.
Yeah, 13.
13 changes.
New leadership, all of that. There was injuries that they had to deal with throughout the game. So all in all, look, a win is a good thing to start your tour off as well. Obviously, it's going to be a ridiculous, like a markedly changed team for this England Test match coming up. But look, I'd say it's a pass.
You happy with the pass there, Swoop? Or?
Yeah, I mean, they haven't played for a while. 13 changes. I know in terms of speaking to the punters since the game, I know everyone's talking about defence. You're going to get a couple of defensive lapses and disconnection with those 13 changes and having playing for a while. But also, Japan, they attacked pretty well. We also, I think, on a positive note, despite the feedback on defence, is that we kept them scoreless for a good period of the match. And I thought they did really well to kind of defend to win the game Japan were applying a lot of pressure in the end. So we closed the game out through defence. So, I mean, it's a win, as the old saying is, a test match win is a win.
Yeah.
And, they're starting off the tour on a good note.
So Welsh side that beat Wales not that long ago and also only went down by, a Japanese side that defeated Wales and then they only went down to Fiji by 6 recently. So they're playing well under Eddie. Their defence on the line, Goit, was pretty unbelievable. Like, I think at one point there was 30 phases of just pick and goes, blokes just bashing their heads in there.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, but that's where, like, why are we doing that? You had everyone that was in tighter. You look at it from a different angle. If we call a hot and play out the back and play to width, we walk that try in. It seemed to me like, especially around that period, I don't know. I was less impressed with this performance. It's probably one of the, I reckon, probably the weaker performances that I've seen under Joe Schmidt. Purely like just from tactically, I couldn't really work out why they wouldn't use. I know the ball was wet, but the Japanese were still able to use the full width of the field. It seemed like we were just going within maybe 3/4 of the width of the field, and then the pick and goes. I mean, they were just relentless pick and goes. There were times where it was on to either just do that little shift, but it seemed like because it was a young group, everyone was so keen to impress and almost get their own try, like rather than play more of a team game is how it looked to me. And defensively, I mean, I know what you're saying, Swoop, where we defended really well to hold them out. That was great. But I thought any time that there was a set piece, scrum or something like that, we were incredibly passive, and they made so many meters on us.
Yeah, I think it's the experience on the field that allows the team to play outside the shape. Now, many months ago, I think I was at the Bill Court lunch and I was listening to Joe Schmidt talk about the fundamental principle of training is to preload moments that they anticipate. So when they're on the field, they can fire accurate shots. Obviously, I think we've spoken about before, the closed quarter game in terms of those pick and drives, particularly when entering the 22, has improved over the years. and we've seen it a lot in Super Rugby. But like you were saying, I don't think we had the experience on the field or the confidence or the belief or the eyes up football to be able to play outside the shape in terms of, because clearly they're playing or preloading lots of those kind of pick and goes during training, right? And improving the physicality around that area of the game. It's just the experience on the field to be able to have eyes up football and fire shots outside that shape, which is pick and go, like you were saying before, hots, triggers, to get the ball to width and attack those kind of wider channels.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, like with the pick and drive, like at no point on the field is it your most threatening attacking weapon. And yet whenever you get closest to the try line, that's all any team uses. Like there's so many opportunities there with width where if you go to width, you've got a one-on-one with an outside back on someone who's got good late footwork, got good power drive through, you get over the advantage line and it's a try. But like it seems like whenever a team gets down to that part of the field, we're like, okay, we've just got to keep it tight and pick and drive. Where they've got an abundance of defenders all getting low, chopping, then it becomes a scrap at the breakdown. And then we just keep doing the same thing, rinse and repeat. Like at any time on the field elsewhere than that, you're like, let's get it to Joseph Suoli'i or Paisami or like anyone, right? Like Corey Toole, Dylan Peach. You back them to beat someone one-on-one every time. And if they don't, you just go back and you recycle it. But
it could also be it's not even just the pick and go that I was talking about. It's like there were chances to shift that pick and go to another forward wider.
Yeah.
I mean, just a metre or two.
Variation.
It doesn't have to be flamboyant playing out the back. It's just moving it. We had all our attackers in such a condensed space, and especially against the Japanese. If anyone's going to chop legs all day, it's the Japanese. So you do need that footwork, like a shift, catch that ball just a step deeper where you're able to use your footwork and maybe get in between defenders. I don't know. It just seemed too, like we made it too easy on them, I thought, for a lot of that game.
yeah, I mean, that first try, the set-piece try for Josh Fluke, there's no reason why you can't play something like that off a face, right? You've got the players all available and you get there and you've got someone going short, one out the back, another option. Like it just puts them in doubt, means that then they have to be passive in terms of their line speed. Yep. And then you just pick the right, like Tane Edmed picks the right player. And even if you get a weak shoulder, you're over that try line.
Can I ask, if I was sitting here with three former Wallabies forwards, three blokes from the engine room, would it be the same chat? Or is it because you guys were the guys that were on the outside?
If I could just
waiting for the pill
quickly, a lot of forwards will come to us, when we're playing. A forward will come to the game drive and just say, mate, we're working overtime here. We're getting you quick ball, because almost like your cue as a 10 or as a back is if you've got quick ball off a pick and go, then that's your chance to then go. You flatten up and you can attack. I don't think they were begging to pick and go for 40 phases, no.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're speaking about variation, not just with ball movement, but also different landmarks of the field, attacking different areas. Now, the engine room that you're speaking of, they're focused and busy on getting over the advantage line and rotating ball, and obviously the attacking ruck detail, where a lot of the backs, particularly the quarterbacks like Gitz or Drew and I in the wider channels, are identifying opportunities, identifying space. It's about the communication structure to get to the ball to those areas.
Devil's advocate.
Yep.
We did score our first try for pick and go, so champion de Crepty goes across, and then Tazzano was on the line when he on a pick and go, and he looked up at O'Keefe and went, "I'm on the line."
No,
and
I mean,
kept going.
we're not saying that there's not a place for it.
No, I know.
But it's almost like, okay, we've tried it 5 times. We've tried it 10. Now we've tried it 15. We've tried it 30 times. Let's do something else.
Yeah, I think clearly, potentially during the week in the preparation, it was about we can kind of score points or apply pressure through those areas. I don't know whether it was an opportunity through how Japan defend around the ruck. But again, as like I alluded to, it's just like playing outside the structure and trying different through variation.
So some positivity. Jake Gordon.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's very good.
His kicking under pressure to get it out of the 22 is unbelievable.
Yeah, he played a good game.
And Champion de Crepty was very good.
Very good.
Like, could you imagine captaining the Wallabies third?
And scoring on...
it was an interesting selection, right? I think when it was announced, people were like, okay, what's this? But, through... kind of having different conversations with people that have been involved in that group and or around the group, he's got a lot of respect to the playing group.
You played obviously 12 a lot for Australia. Hunter Paisami was particularly good.
I thought he did really well physically, defensively. He was great. He carried the ball when he needed to. I think maybe we were a little guilty of using him as a distributor probably too much, especially off set piece. When you've got a big body like that with good footwork, especially against the Japanese, you generally want to target their smaller inside backs, with a bit of footwork. Then we can get some quick ball. But yeah, I thought defensively he was great. He put on a couple of really big hits. At the breakdown, he was a menace. I thought I actually thought when you were talking about those two people that you thought from a positive point of view, I also thought Hunter had a good game as well.
I mean, especially, to your point, like playing him up a bit more when, you don't have the biggest frame in Fluke at 13. So, like, of the two midfielders, he's your advantage line guy. But I'd be interested to hear, do you think Hunter Paisami's development the last couple of years is almost sort of like reminds you a little bit of Marnonu's development? And when I say that, it's the subtleties in that ball playing, that little ball out the back to Tane for that try. He's developed like a kicking game. Like this is probably more so for what his performances for the Reds, but you can just sort of see his growth in his game. It's not just massive hits and strong ball carries. Like he's getting those little subtleties to his game. He's got a good left to right, right to left spiral, but he can also do those little, subtle sort of look long but play shorter out the back. Like I know, I just think like because Ma started out wide and then sort of went into 13 into 12, and that's something that like he owned in that space. Just the skill set that he developed in there. I just feel like Hunter's sort of reminding me of just the trajectory that Ma took as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think also him competing for spots with someone like a Lenny Ikitau he'd see what Len's doing, and obviously he'd have to add, strings to his bow. But I noticed even in the Super Rugby season earlier this year, I was talking about how well Hunter goes to the line. He's able to play that, look short, but just drift out the back. The prime example is when Fluke scored. What I like so much about that is that we went to the line and it was Hunter that created that space and making those people sit. And then off the back of that, Tane then got around the corner, but he played flat, like he played that short option. I thought against Japan, a lot of times we would go out the back to out the back, and that's when their winger would then jam us and catch us more often than not. So I feel like playing that shorter option is after we've gone out the back and we've sat them, to then attack the line and play short like we did with Fluke. That's going to be the key to us beating England, I think.
So Japan have obviously come a long way under Eddie as well, in particular their defence. They got South Africa this week. Do you think it'll be a similar result, or do you think South Africa will put a score on them?
I think they'll put a score on them. Where is it? It's at Wembley.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, look, I think South Africa, if they pick their full strength side, it'll be pretty reflective of where the two teams are at. Without disrespect, but like South Africa are just a different beast at the moment.
But I guess we didn't pick our full strength side.
No, but that's why I think it'll be a different result if they pick that.
Okay. What if they rest 13 players?
Well,
they'll still be full strength.
They've got great depth though, yeah.
Still be full strength.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still reckon that's a good experience for those, the guys that have come in and got the opportunity to play, and they got the win. Even at the end, you saw how elated Jakey Gordon was. There must have been at some point a little bit of panic or fear that they may not close that one out.
I didn't have the fear sitting on the couch.
No, neither did I.
I always thought the Wallabies were going to win it.
But I mean, it's something that South Africa, France have done, like New Zealand to a degree, but in the last 2 years had opportunities to blood players and build their depth. And this is probably our first one for a little while. Like we were more worried about trying to win games before we could be in a position where we could rest a large amount of players. But I think it's definitely a tick for Rugby Australia in the sense that there's a lot of players that wouldn't have had opportunities otherwise and now got another test cap, another environment, seen different pictures, the pressure, felt that kind of pressure towards an end of a game, so that if they do, if there is a time where they get called upon, then they've had that more experience under their belt. Calculated
risk is what Joe called it, but one worth trying. It was the least cap side we've had since 2023. Good stats, Tommy. Well done, mate. Doing a great job. Our line-out's still a bit of a mess, isn't it? Kept going long in these rainy conditions. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would have been tough losing Lucan early and then losing Josh Canham. So there's two of your locks. It throws it out a little bit. Already enough changes going into the game, so they wouldn't have had too many reps together. And then you throw, two of your locks going down. So I mean, maybe then you should just go maybe to 2.
Yeah.
And just, bank it and just and then as 10s and as backs, we didn't want 2 because it gets you closer to the tail of the line-out. But if it means you're winning the ball, then you cop that.
There's a tough balance, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously losing some line-out callers, but going to the back, that's an attacking mindset. To attack off the back of the line-out gives you more opportunity. Maybe they should have had that micro chat or those feedback loops around, okay, if back of the line-out's not working, we shouldn't stick to the game plan. Let's just kind of win at the front and just kind of adapt on the run. But there's good learnings in that.
Because I thought our rolling maul was pushing them around, so
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm right into it, boys. This is great.
Good on you,
All right.
doctor.
No, I've become a rugby
The
nerd.
doctor's in.
Oh, I know.
You are
Oh, it's
the
bad.
nothing professor.
Oh, no. Can't believe I've become a rugby nuffy. Oh, no. Hey, I'm about to look forward. I'm about to cast the eye to this big match on the weekend. Before I do, I'm going to give Patreon a plug. It's going
Give
well,
it a plug.
guys. If you would like to join
Go on
our
then, give it a plug.
Patreon, go on. It's only $2 a week. It's growing wonderfully. There's a nice community there.
What's our numbers on the community in Patreon?
It's about 183, 200. There you go. And you know what I started on Saturday, which I should get you guys on, a bit of a chat while the game's going on.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd say, oh, bloody, come on, Carlo, that's 3 goes at it. And somebody, good one, prof. Stuff like that. Did you want to jump on and do that, guys?
Yeah, just last weekend was tough. We were
Sure.
in the
Okay.
air.
Okay. And this weekend's going to be tough. I think it's 12:30 a.m. So
I think there'll be a few of us on the couch that'll be out.
You'll be good on the chat at 12:30 a.m., Drew. Anything could come out. Anyway, the link is at the bottom here where you go to look at the comments and stuff. Please join our Patreon. Support this pod, supports that little Patreon episode. And away we go. Spring tour. Gentlemen, we arrive in Europe. You've done it. Before we get into the details of what's going to happen, talk to me about what the players are feeling right now. Is
Excited.
it electric?
Yeah,
Excited.
they'd be probably just touching down over there now, going to Royal Kensington Gardens, getting acclimated with Hyde Park and a couple of other establishments around the joint. But no, it's good. It's always an exciting time. Like, it's England week, but it's your first sort of week on tour up there. Everything's changed. Like, the climate's different. Like, everything, you just feel like there's a bit of a difference to it. And yeah, I mean, it's an exciting prospect. Obviously, the boys did well last time they played up there with Maxi Jorgensen's winning try. So there'll be, people will remember that a little bit, but at the same time, they've got to go there and do it again. So yeah, it's exciting. So I just hope that it was like when we first arrived, like back when we were used to play. Not back when I played, but we used to get there, and the first night they'd say, all right, mini teams like tight forwards, loose forwards, inside backs, outside backs, go in like a mini team dinner and just get on the lash.
Oh, how good.
And this is how we're going to beat jet lag. And often at the end of your dinner, you kind of meet somewhere and with at least a couple of those groups or as a big team somewhere, and you have a night, and you bond, and then you wake up, and then you're into it. Test week.
Do you reckon that still goes on?
I don't know if it would, to be honest.
Giddy, how did you prepare? Because I know you're meticulous with everything. So how did you switch your body clock? Did you have particular things you do? Would you exercise as soon as you get there, or would you?
Well, they'd often, I mean, even when I first came in, you were encouraged, like Griggs or, George Grigg and Steve Larkham, these senior guys say, come on, let's go. We're going to a bar. So you'd all go to the bar. You don't have to get blind. Ultimately, you ended up getting pretty blind. Not everyone, but the main thing was just that the next day, Eddie would get us up. You'd play a bit of basketball. It's not like full on, but you get a bit of a sweat going. And then you've just got to stay up for that day. As long as you stay up for that day, the next day would be light. You walk through what you're going to do and you're into it. So it's pretty much, I kind of stuck to that purely because the people before me did that and did it well. So I thought there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, let's hope they're ready to go on Saturday. 82,000. It's sold out. Not a surprise there.
How good.
15 degrees, clear
Perfect.
afternoon.
Clear?
Clear, but heavy rain in the morning, so it'll be a mudder. It'll be a slow track.
No,
it'll be all right by the
I
afternoon.
feel like the drainage there is pretty good.
Yeah.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it'll still be good. If it's not raining when they're playing, like even when we played, remember the quarterfinal against Scotland, it was pissing down, but underfoot.
That was the only time.
It's still good underfoot.
I think
though.
that's the only time I've played wet weather footy at Twickenham.
Yeah.
When we played 08, 9, 10, Barbar's an 11. I mean, I think the times that we played England, it's always been the first game of the tour. There's always been a lot of excitement about, because it's also, I guess once you kind of get outside the bubble and understand the importance of an Australian-England test match, because there's a big Aussie
so many Aussies
expat
over there.
community over there. It's just as big as the Ashes in terms of bragging rights for Aussies over there in England. So it's an exciting time. There's nothing better, like I've touched on in earlier pods, keeping the crowd quiet at Twickenham starting well.
So is 15 degrees perfect for throwing the ball around, Gits, or is that a bit chilly?
Yeah, I mean, depending on not that rain that you were talking about, but yeah, that's generally because it's not going to be too hot. If it's hot, it'll be humid. Like Japan would have been a nightmare because it's wet. You know, it's obviously raining. But even if it was dry, it would have been a nightmare to try and hold onto that ball. It's so humid. Whereas England, totally different. The ball, it'll be nice and dry. As long as it's not too wet underfoot, I think it should be a good game.
In terms of adjusting, like we're talking acclimatising or time adjustment, like I know they're 11 hours behind, but they've already got a 2-hour head start because they left from Japan. Would that be a direct flight from Tokyo
It is, yeah.
to
London.
Heathrow?
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah.
that's a positive.
Yeah.
And always travelling kind of east to west makes it a lot easier. So the boys will be ready to go.
Yeah, they'll be ready.
It was a cracking game last year. Like, unbelievable. Let's hope we get another one of those. Let me give you a couple little stats that Tommy's found.
Hit us.
Sexy stats?
This one's particularly sexy, Tommy. Got me in the mood. The Ella Mobs Trophy is on the line, as you know. You've all played for it. There's been 28 wins for the UK, for England, and then 27 wins for Australia in history. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Could
with
go.
a win to Australia and one draw.
Right.
Wow. Insert eggplant emoji.
Yeah, and the three little splashy things right there. That's
Is that what it's called? Is it, Prof, like little glass trophy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can pop that.
I never even, I mean, I held it every time, but I never knew actually what the name was called.
Yeah, it's Ella Mobs. I know who Ella is.
Good mob.
Yeah.
Who's Mobs, Tommy? Look it up.
No, it's Ella's mob.
Is it? That's fantastic if it is. This last meeting, 42-37.
Yeah.
We remember what happened. Jaw go. Good jump from
Flicky Tau.
Jorgensen. Oh, magic to watch. Then there was a match in 2015. This was a good one. 33-13 at Twickenham during the 2015 Rugby World Cup.
Oh, yeah. Take us through that one, Prof.
You pumped them, and they missed out on the quarterfinals, I believe. They didn't get out of the group stage courtesy of you three gentlemen.
Well, not me. I warmed up, but that was it.
Did you not play in the actual
Yeah,
game?
but you
wasn't picked in
warmed
that
up
one.
very well.
I wasn't picked.
No,
I
he
helped.
didn't. He actually didn't warm up that well.
No, I didn't because I'd had a few pints that morning, and then they told me, "Oh, Drew, you got to warm up and help the squad." And then and I would do the width of the field, a few laps with Gits, passing the ball to him, and they just weren't coming out well from my end. And I said, "Mate, I'm going to get real tight when it's my pass, but then I'll get width so you can do your long passes." And anyway, we kept going a little bit. Then Curtly went down with a bit of a tight hamstring, and I just walked over to him and went, I said, "Mate, that hemi's got to be good because I'm not ready. I'm no good to go."
Far out. But then
Because I wasn't playing. I wasn't meant to suit up or anything. So then
So you ripped
I
in.
went to catch up with a few friends who I was giving tickets to, and then 1 pint became 5, and then I went, "Oh,
You mean
shit."
selling tickets too?
No, I wasn't actually. And then I got a text from Chet going, "Mate, you're just going to warm up with the boys today?" And I was like, "Ah!"
Far out. Now, that's also your famous dive into the corner, Gits, I believe.
It is. I got the ball off swoop.
Yep.
Just down that right edge, was it?
Yeah.
Perfect pass, was it?
Yeah, it was. It just seemed that 20 metres seemed like 200. I had that much lactic in my legs. But anyway, I got there.
Well,
Fun fact, Gits winded himself.
Oh.
yeah, because I was just going to say you couldn't
The
have
dive.
too much lactic because the height that you got on the dive was very impressive. It was a lot higher than normal. Goit.
Yeah, well, I actually did not win myself on the dive. I never have. What happened was the play before we ran that sneaky line where I drift late and looks like it was going to me, but then Hoops hits that hole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Owen Farrell's just absolutely murdered me when I wasn't looking. And that's what it was.
Can you make sure you pop a photograph of something. I want to see both Farrell smashing him and also the dive, if you don't mind, Tommy. England's longest winning streak, 8 matches, 2016 to 2022. So you were
That's when Eddie was involved, actually.
Yeah. Very strong side. Were you involved in any of that?
Of course
then? Of course not. And then Australia's biggest win, 76-0 Jesus.
What?
1998 in Brisbane.
I
No,
remember
we weren't
that.
there
They
for
had
that.
the blue jerseys, I think. The Wallabies played in.
Oh, and the Centennial jersey.
Right.
Yeah.
And flogged them.
It
70.
may have been the first time that Stephen Larkham, was moved from 15 to 10 for the Wallabies.
Okay.
He had a cracker and then from there moved on, I think.
Jeez.
Very, very good. This English side, we're pretty au fait with the players now, based on we've just had all the lines over here, so we know their best players, big players to watch. Ellis Genge, she's always good at the front row there.
George Ford's got his way back in there, though. George Ford.
So will he start?
He's probably, maybe Finn Smith or Marcus Smith, but George Ford's probably a bit of a like for like in the experience sense for Owen Farrell. So Owen Farrell obviously played Lions, but he wasn't picked in this England squad. But George Ford went away during the Lions series with England, got his 100th cap. So he's just always been in great form. Remember during the World Cup, come in and just like do an absolute job, and then. So he's back, but there's two guys that I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, one of them is Noah Kaluri. He's a young winger. He's been picked in the squad. I don't know if we'll see him this weekend. But the other one's Henry Arundel. So he really burst on the scene a couple of years ago, but then went straight across to Racing Metro and played in Paris. So then he couldn't get picked for England. I think he was a breakthrough player of the year a couple of years ago for the World Rugby, but hasn't been basically on the in the England shirt for a long time because of his ineligibility playing in France. But those two young wingers, they're two to watch.
I'm not going to say I'm excited to see, but I'm interested to see how Tommy Freeman performs. So I reckon he'll get a start. He had a particularly good series in the Lions series when they were down here. I think he's going from strength to strength. The confidence I reckon that he kind of gained over that Lions series, I reckon will do a lot through this autumn series.
There are a few notable omissions. Ben Curry, Alex Dombrandt, Charlie Ewells, George Furbank, Harry Randall, and Ollie Slightholm, who obviously all very good players. I don't know who should we be nervous about here, boys? I know you've sort of earmarked a few that might play.
Their pack's going to be strong.
Yeah,
Luke Cowan-Dickey. You've got Genge, you've got a
Toje,
Curry in the back. Like they're going to have a good forward pack. But I also think equally now they've got some really exciting backs. Like it's going to be a good hit out this weekend. I'm actually really excited for it.
Do you have an anticipation on who they'd probably run with in terms of backs, or you just?
I think the half will be probably Alex Mitchell, maybe. 10. I think they'd go with Finn Smith.
I read an article today that in terms of the tier 1 nations, that Marcus Smith has the highest number of try assists.
Right. I think he's exclusively playing at 10 now for the Harlequins. So maybe he'll go 10. I don't know. Freddie Stewart could be a fullback. Tommy Freeman, he might play in the midfield. That way you got space. Or maybe he'll go on one wing and either a Kaluri or a Arundel. I don't think we'll see two of the young guys on the wings. So there might be a bit more of an experienced one plus one of those guys. Henry Slade's been playing well at Exeter in partnership with Lenny Ikitau now. I just think they've got some good attacking threats, but also some good experience mixed with youth. Like, I don't know, it's a pretty tidy looking England squad, to be fair.
And Henry Pollock, will he run around? Will he start for him?
Yeah, probably. Did you see he's got a similar hair to one of the friends of the pod, Bernard Foley?
Yeah, that's a good shout, actually. Tommy, can we bring that up?
So Nardstar was at the game, the Wallabies Japan game of the weekend, and he's got bleach blonde hair.
I think it's
he's lost a bet there for sure.
Lost a bet, or
I mean, like
he's lost the bet, or he's lost the
blonde
mop
up top and the red beard. I'm not too sure what two-tone combinations he's running there.
Well, I suppose it is Kubota. That's Kubota colours. They're orange and yellow.
Oh, you reckon he's just gone team colour?
Who knows? Who knows? He's a bit of a moron.
He's not that
great
bright.
guy.
Why don't you reach out to him? If you texted him right now and said, "What's with the hair?"
We could try and call him.
Call Nard right now while we're on the pod and just say,
"Just hold tight. Give me two."
What's going on, Slim Shady?
And while he's doing that, what I'm most worried about this weekend is the ball in the air. If they have a tactical kicker, 10 or whatever else, it just seems like we're having so much trouble with any high ball, that contest each time. It just becomes, I know the conditions weren't great, but I think also, and I've spoken about this, having a 10 at the backfield where each team is now just looking to put contestables on him rather than having our 10 defending in the front line and having back three specialists that have been doing that all their life, catching those high balls back there. It just, for me, I don't know. Like even the first line out carry, they've got a big body that ran straight at Corey Toole. Corey Toole, he's a flyer and he's brave and he'll make his tackles, but he's not a dominant hitter.
Yeah.
You may as well just have your 10 there and save Corey Toole, save his legs, save his power where he can finish.
But it's not even just being a dominant hitter. It's about being in that position and knowing how to read off the back of the line out or, like the different sort of decisions you got to make there. Like, I don't know. I just don't like that it's become the norm that we put a 10 in the backfield because as a back three, it's not only just the high ball reception, it's your counter-attack. And, like, back three players are better at counter-attacking than a 10.
So like, you never did that?
I'm not having a crack at Tane and saying...
No, this was... Yeah, it's not anyone particular.
I didn't think Tane played poorly or did bad things back there, but I'm just saying you put your best players in their best position, I believe, and as a 10, Tane's a good defender. So you just... I don't know. You just can't hide people in Test rugby. And I've seen now consistently, especially after the lines, even during the lines, where teams are specially designing their game plan to attack that.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, if it's not Tane, it was Tom Liner during the Lion series. Like, it's just, it makes no sense.
He's a much bigger bloke in person as well, Tane. Than like he's
he's more than capable of defending that front line. Like, more than capable.
Let's talk about that Aussie side. No luck with Bernard.
No, he's not answering.
No, okay. He probably can sense that we're trying to have a crack at him. Let's talk about that side. Is Kellaway going to start at 15? Are you going to have Jorgensen on one wing? Has Dylan Peach worked his way back into that other wing?
Yeah.
Is Lennicky Tau available, or is that the following week he's available?
Well, I think the window would start this weekend, I'd imagine.
There's just been no chat about him coming back. Like, there was obviously, like, Darcy Swain's joined the squad.
Yeah.
Whereas if I feel like if Len or Will or James O'Connor or anyone over there, like based in that part of the world, would join the squad, we would have seen something about it.
Surely, if they're not playing though, will you just?
No, they'll be playing.
But they can be released, right, for the international.
Yeah, I don't know.
Surely we get.
Maybe they're just seeing this as an opportunity to have a crack with some of the other boys.
So who do you think will start at 10? Do you think Tane will start again?
Yeah, you've got to. You can't start Carter Gordon, and there's no other 10 in the squad. So it's got to be Tane.
And then Jake Gordon at 9?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then...
I think the back three would be Kellaway, Max Jorgensen, Dylan Peach.
Yeah.
Okay. And
then
then...
Hunter and I would imagine Fluke.
Yeah.
And then does...
you'd have Swali, wouldn't you?
Oh, no, yeah, sorry. Yeah, no,
but it's good to see Fluke get a run on the weekend.
He was just rested last weekend, yeah.
And then who's in your forwards, guys? Start at the front for me. Is it Billy Pollard? Who's starting? Who's your hooker?
Well, Billy B. Hooker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Angus Bell, Alatoa and Billy Pollard. Then you probably have Frost and Jeremy Williams.
Yeah.
You'd have Harry, Fraser and Valentini.
Yeah.
And then the bench, you'd go Nasser,
Tanyella,
and Tommy Robertson, Lucan.
Will he be? Didn't he have an HIA?
Well, it depends on how he's monitored through it.
Yep.
Might be Darcy Swain straight in if Kenham and Lucan aren't available. Back row, you'd have the triple threat. Then you'd have Lonergan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they went Hamish Stewart on the weekend as that sort of inside back. And then Dunguna. Or, I'd say Dunguna.
I think you've nailed it, bro.
I think Dunguna would probably get it ahead of Toole just because he can play in the centres as well as the wing.
Mm-hmm. You happy with that? Giddy, anything you'd change in there?
Yeah, happy. Yeah, no, I think that's great. I mean, I'm not sure Dylan Peach hasn't had a great amount of game time, so whether they give him another week and use the tool shed there. But, I mean, either way you go, I'm happy with
I thought he had
everything Drew's wrong with.
I mean, it's tough on, say, like Champion de Crepney, right? Like, goes from captain, scores a try as captain, and then probably doesn't make the squad this week. And that's not based, like, on anything other than the other boys have already had the form and they're coming back in. Like,
it's a very good side when you say it like that, when you actually do the 1 to 23. Very good. Hey,
let's see how many of those get right.
I hope all of them.
Yeah, same.
Give me a prediction, boys. This is what you hear. You're the pundits. People want to know what you think. Give me who's going to win in the score.
I'm going to say
perfect.
Carlo Tizzano is going to get the 3 tries that were disallowed last weekend back this weekend. And we're going to win by 8.
Okay. Swoop.
Tight one. 3.
Okay.
Jorgo to score a double.
Oh, the good. Last try as well.
Potentially.
Replicate last win.
Goit.
I'm going Tane Edmund, man of the match.
Mm.
And we will win by 6.
Okay, very good.
What have you
I
got?
think we've got the blueprint to beat them because we beat the Lions, and that was all their best players. So I don't think maybe 20.
Whoa.
Surely
Is
if
it-
we just beat the Lions, don't we? Then isn't England like just some of the Lions? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, but we also have a few players that were instrumental in that win aren't available for us. Like, I like your confidence,
Okay.
Prof. Let's see.
All right, very good. A couple of other cracking internationals taking place on the weekend. South Africa, Japan, we mentioned that. We don't know the sides yet. They're going to take whether they will go full strength against Japan. Scotland take on USA. That's at Murrayfield. That's a good one. But this one in particular, Ireland taking on New Zealand. They are going back to Chicago,
Oof.
where it all
Thank
began.
you, Drew.
Well, the last time they played in Chicago, Ireland won.
That was
It
the
was
first,
was that 2016 or
yeah,
2017?
first
Joe
time
Schmidt
they ever
was
beat them.
the coach then.
Wow.
First time they ever beat them. Is that right? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And since then, last 10 times they've played, 5 and 5.
Wow.
Yeah. So in there you had Ireland defeating them 2-1 in that series in New Zealand. Then obviously you had the New Zealand win in the World Cup. Ireland couldn't get out of the quarters.
Standard.
Yeah.
I think
and
a bit
then
of a blow up there from who was it? Zeebs. Could have even been our man, friend of the pod, Simon Zeeb. He was blowing up about the amount of Leinster players that were chosen. I think in their squad over Munster, when Munster dusted them, when they played just a couple of weeks ago. So maybe it's an unhappy camp. Who knows?
Well, Ireland weren't quite so dominating in the Six Nations. Would you say there's a little bit of a rebuild going on there? Just a smidgen?
Well, I mean, I think they're in a position where they're trying to find that Johnny Sexton replacement, and they've tried a few different players at 10, and they're just trying to find one that clicks. And then, you lost Peter Marnie. There's a lot of experience. They've lost Conor Murray. Like, there's plenty of...
Max hurts, Tommy's telling us. Mac Hansen's hurt.
Oh, Mac Hansen's hurt.
They also, the Six Nations, they didn't have Andy Farrell coach.
Yeah, that's
he's now
true as
back,
well.
and I think they like to play for him.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's plenty of different storylines. One thing I saw and I thought, they're obviously in Chicago. I mean, people have probably seen it all over socials, but Adi Sarvea is someone who just understands his brand and the power of his image and the reach that he's got in the engagement. But he's been doing his interviews with those Meta glasses. So he's been filming the journos who are filming him. And what he would be doing, I would imagine, is like collating stuff so that at some point through the week, he can put out stuff of his own socials from his perspective. I saw they were doing something with the Chicago Bulls mascot, doing some like rugby drills and stuff with the big bull, and he had the glasses on again. So like he's just someone who's sort of owning his own sort of IP and image and using that in ways that not many other people in rugby are doing. And that's sort of the part of the argument for this R360 is that the players also will own all their own IP and image rights and all that sort of stuff. So the power behind it, I don't think rugby, we've embraced it enough yet, just the power of social media and your own content that's going out there and pushing your own kind of, the characters of the game within the game. And I just thought it was interesting going over to the biggest sporting market in the world, and he's really embracing that side of the game, which I think is great.
What about your meta glasses, bro? Any recent content?
No, I haven't
I was
actually.
about to say.
Haven't had him
I've
charged.
been wearing them down Bondi.
Couple of red flags come up.
He wears them along the promenade.
Do you? Oh, yeah. If you see Drew Mitchell, just walk the other way and cover up.
Come on, guys, don't paint a
Ah,
picture.
come on, guys. All right, who's going to win? Give me all those. South Africa, Japan. Who's going to win?
South Africa,
Who's going to win? Scotland, USA.
Scotland.
Ireland, New Zealand, boys.
New Zealand.
Ooh.
New Zealand.
New Zealand and Skits.
Yeah, I think New Zealand.
New Zealand. Very, very good. Exciting times. Yes, international rugby is back, baby. Other rugby news. Paraguay. They've been removed from the 2027 Rugby World Cup and replaced by Brazil.
Oh, Brazil.
Yeah. What they did was they got a player, an ineligible player.
Yeah, unregistered.
Yeah, who didn't
You'd
qualify.
think you'd just be on top of your admin, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but also, come on. It's Paraguay.
No.
Like, they're not going to win the World Cup. Let it slide.
Yeah, but neither are Brazil.
They maybe that one cost someone else an opportunity.
Yeah,
Like,
Brazil, I guess.
It's a big deal for some of these countries to actually, participate in a World Cup. We're the other way. We want you participate in the World Cup because you want to win it. Just the opportunity for them to play against players that maybe they see on TV. And so what you've said is ridiculous, James. I just can't approve.
You're so noble. I just want to say your stance is beautiful. And I apologise to all the Paraguayans that watch this show. What do they speak in Paraguay, Tom?
Paraguayan.
Spanish, I'd say. Portuguese. Okay. Marika Korobetti has announced his international retirement after 63 tests, one of the all-time Wallaby greats. You guys would have had the pleasure of playing with him.
He was so good. He had a huge impact. I think he's, two-time Johnny Eels medalist. He's a beast.
Yeah.
The work he did on both sides of the ball, obviously he's an outside back, scores some tries and gets in some space, but his effort on effort stuff, I don't know if I've seen probably a winger in terms of the effort on effort, run it, chase the kick down and then chase the player and then go back for the charge. He's got an engine, and I don't know, what he did for the gold jersey, he's definitely someone that certainly bettered it from when he got it, and then he should be very proud. He loves a little whiskey after a game, a little slow, little straight whiskey, but he's a man of few words, but his actions speak so loudly.
I'm not sure I can top that. Yeah, I just always enjoyed Marik's company post game. Enjoys a beer. Like Drew said, man of many words, but geez, he can play the game. I just loved his hunger and his speed and his impact. His collisions, he won every collision, and he gave it all. That's all you can ask for.
He looked like he was carved from stone. Was he
rock hard? That guy is granite.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Did you ever have to tackle him, kids? Did you?
No, I didn't. I've heard so many great stories, though, about him where he just needs to get his prep right. He'll always have to go out for a drink. Could be a Wednesday, maybe, because Thursday was day off. Or the other way around. Maybe Wednesday was a day off and Tuesday's the night he wants to have a drink. But they changed the schedule around. Didn't stop him. He'd still go out, had his beers, got blind, his few darts, but the next day at training, he's everywhere. Yeah. He's just an effort area. I love watching. I loved hearing those stories. But also what Drew touched upon and Swoop as well, just how competitive he is. His effort areas, he's constantly chasing back, he's working hard, cover tackles, he runs hard, and of course he's made of granite. He's Fijian. They all are.
Another story, Springbok, Bulls and Springbok player Jan Hendrik Wessels. He's been handed a 9-week ban after grabbing the testicles of a Connacht player, Josh Murray, in a URC clash. So we might leave the podcast there with a heartwarming story of a man grabbing another man's nuts.
You know what? Sometimes it happens in a tackle.
Surely it happens every second
but
tackle.
I think this is obviously not an accidental one. If he's getting 9 weeks for it, he's giving it more than just a little accidental grab in a tackle.
How many times during a game were you...
Sorry, did I see Rassie Erasmus tweet something like, now, not only do we have to beat him on the field, we have to beat him in the boardroom? I just left it at that. One can only assume what he's talking about.
Yeah, right.
I'm not...
Very good,
I'm
Rassie.
not saying there's a direct link.
At what percentage of tackles are you coming into contact with your opposing player's tackle?
Oh.
Is it high?
Yeah, but...
Probably once
because... when you go to wrap and squeeze, you might get a forearm across the wheels or across your old fella, but never really a good grip on the old fella.
Okay, so he's had a proper grab.
And plus, when you're playing footy, your balls tighten right up.
Do they?
Yeah, they call it game dick.
Really?
Yeah, it's because there's the one area you don't need blood at that time.
So everything just shrinks right up.
Your blood needs to flow in all your other muscles. So you get proper shrinkage.
Is that for everybody?
Yeah, they go from
Next time you're on the elliptical,
about
25 minutes in, just go to the bathroom real quick and just have a look.
They go from hanging down near your kneecaps to right up in your guts.
I did not know that. That is fantastic. All right, Jess.
It makes you think. Matt Shervington.
Of course, because it would have been reduced.
One of the great packages.
Although maybe not in a 100-metre race.
I don't know. We could call Shervo.
Yeah, they used to say, stay in your lane, Shervo, which he was, but his package wasn't.
He was doing a relay in the individual 100-metre. Trying to pass the baton.
I worked with Shervo for many years.
Yeah, same. He was our sprint coach at the Waratahs.
How often were you?
Mate, what did you get up to in the in the athletes' village, and he just shut us up real quick. All right, guys, go do your sprints. But I think he actually had a partner the whole time, so didn't get up to.
He's an absolute champion.
He
One of
is
the
a great
greats. Handsome, very fit.
Oh, he's got it all.
And then he's got a large piece as well. So some blokes have got it all.
He didn't he have like what must be a Sunny Coast thing, like a shark tooth necklace like you used to run.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Did you have a
You're
shark?
only allowed to wear shark tooth necklaces if you've got a long sword.
Show has
If you've got a big fin.
The old dorsal.
The old
Show
rutter.
has definitely deteriorated. I'm hoping that most people have turned off by now. Hey, that's all we got, I think, at kickoffs and kick-ons.
Mate, that was
Oh,
great
also,
sesh.
I think Liam Wright as well. Just another little bit of rugby news. He's moved on from the Reds. Captain, Wallaby captain. I think they couldn't come to a mutual agreement for a contract, so they
Where's he
announced
moving
it
to?
just this afternoon that that he'll be leaving the Reds, but no word on where he'll be going or what he'll be doing. But I think he's only 27, 28.
It's a good pickup for whoever
Yeah.
signs him.
Obviously had plenty of issues with injuries over the last few years, but couldn't come to an agreement. But it's another one that's
Good scoop.
moving on.
Great news. All right, everybody. Unless anybody has anything else to add, we're about to record one heck of a Patreon. So make sure you subscribe to that. Anybody got anything else to add? This is your chance. KOKO! Oh, wow. That is the best video on YouTube. You know what you need to do now? You need to like and subscribe down there. Or if you want extra content, might be down there, you need to go up here or up here and get more of that gear. Thanks for supporting Kickoffs and Kick-Ons, and we will see you very soon.